G'day guys, welcome to my Iron Spine's feature video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about NRL's round 10's predictions for 2023 guys, so let's get started. So starting off with this first game of this Magic Round clash, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Raiders. Now, in this match, there's two changes going into the side for the team. No Braden Burns in this team, so that means Paul Alamotti goes in that number 4 side for the team. No Fa'amanu Brown, that means Carl Olalapu goes into that number 14 side for the team. Which I thought that Reed Mahoney was going to be in that number 9 side for the team also too, which he still is. But I would have thought that he would be into that number 14 side from Manu Brown. Into that team also too. So yeah, this one's going to be a real tough and real hard game. The Raiders have been improving a lot lately, and which I thought that into their momentum, they're improving a lot into their side lately, and I just thought that in this game, wow, do I see a lot of thought and a lot of things for the team. But yeah, going into this Magic Round tip into this side for the team, I just reckon the Bulldogs will get the job done, but I could see that happening. But then again, I reckon that the Raiders will have them, because they'll do a little bit better than the Bulldogs. No Josh Addo-Carr into that team. That means no speedster, no giving out tries, like basically into that team. So I would have thought that no him, which I thought that Declan Casey replaces him to that number 5 side for the team. And I thought that this game will be a really ordinary game, so I am going to go with the Bulldogs by 6 points in at this side for the team. The next game of this match, we see the Sea Eagles going up against the Broncos. Now, in this game, the Broncos have been really good lately, but they've been off in the last week. I just thought that in this game, the Broncos, I reckon they'll come out firing since they lost last week against the Rabbitohs, 32 points to 6. And then for the Manly Sea Eagles, since they lost against the Titans, I think 34 to 6 or something like that. I'm not exactly too sure. But yeah, they had a big loss last week, and so did the Broncos. This one's going to be a huge clash. But then again, Reuben Garrick goes in that number 5 side for the team. He was in that number 3 side for the team, because there was no Brad Parker in that player side for the team. So that means Brad Parker is back into that 3 centre side for the team, and basically no Jake Trbojevic. So that means Kama Tuolungi or Sean Keppie goes in that number 10 side for the team, and that means no Tafalo Sipley. That means Kama Tuolungi goes in that number 12 side for the team, which I thought that in this game, I reckon it will be a huge game. Either Broncos or Manly Sea Eagles will come out firing in this game, because these two sides were absolutely hopeless last week, and they got basically smashed last week. So in this side, things will look ugly, things will turn into a massive fight. And Reece Walsh approximately going up against Tom Trbojevic or Keogh Weeks. Now, I reckon that Tom Trbojevic will make a late out, and then Keogh Weeks goes in that number 1 side for the team, basically in that number 19 jersey. So in this one, I am going to go with the Broncos by 6 points in this side, in this game. Now, the next game of this match, we see the Warriors going up against the Panthers. Now, Warriors back at Mount Smart Stadium again, going up against the Panthers side for the team. Last week, the Panthers played shocking against the rain, against the wet, pouring down rain, absolutely slippery conditions. Back in Bathurst last week, near their home stadium. in Penrith, like basically near Penrith. So in this game will be a very hard game, and the Warriors played absolutely shocking last week, but they played really good in their basically attack and their defense, but a bit off lately on last week anyway. So in this match, the Panthers will do well. Jarome Luai, I reckon he'll play a big role in this game. So will Shaun Johnson. I reckon Shaun Johnson will play a very outstanding game, because usually without Shaun Johnson, no worries at all, and they will struggle. Because number 3 will be Marcelo Montoya. Number 4 will be, I think, either Edward Kosi or Adam Pompey goes on that number 4 still side for the team, and basically Edward Kosi into that number 5 role. So that means this one will be a very hard game. This one will be a splintering game. Mount Smart Stadium will be epic. No wet weather conditions. Let's hopefully we see that, not like basically pouring down rain. And so I reckon that this game will turn out to be a tremendous game, but then the Panthers will come out firing. But let's hope the Warriors will win this game for sure. I reckon the Warriors will basically win, but not by a big margin. I reckon this one will be the Warriors by 6, so I'm going to go with the Warriors by 6 points in this game, and this one won't be a high scoring game, so Warriors by 6 for me against the Panthers. Now the next game of this match, we see the Sharks going up against the Dolphins. Now in this game, the Sharks have been doing really well in their season. Basically, William Kennedy has been proving really well into that fullback side for the team. Basically, the Hammer has been doing really well into that Dolphins fullback side for the team. So I just reckon that the Sharks will do really well in this game. But basically, the Sharks will do really well. I could see things go astray, but I just reckon that in this side, the Dolphins, I reckon they'll come out firing in this game. But with the Hammer, I reckon he'll score 2 tries in this game. Basically, I reckon Jeremy Marshall-King will score anytime, and I could see, the Hammer scoring anytime too. So either those two, I reckon that they will score anytime. Both of them will score at any time. But yeah, this one will be a very average game. Basically, Dolphins home game as usual, but it's basically the home game for Sharks. So yeah, usually in this one, the Sharks go really well in their defense and their attack, but I could see them lacking in their defense, going a bit off in this game, and Dolphins will come out firing in this match to score a couple of tries in this game. But I do see the Dolphins winning in this one, because I just think that it's basically their home, but it's Sharks home at the moment. Dolphins will come out firing, and Hammer will do really well, and so will Jeremy Marshall-King. These two are the 2 keys for this game, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins by 12 points in this game, and I reckon this one will be a very epic game. Now the next game of this match, we see the Storm going up against the Rabbitohs. Now in this game, the Rabbitohs have been doing really well, so did the Storm. I just reckon that the Rabbitohs, I reckon they'll do really well in this game, but since the Storm have been improving lately, I know that they've lost a couple of games. They've been struggling in this match, so you still see people going back in, and yeah, I just reckon that Nick Meaney, I reckon he'll do really well, and so will Cameron Munster. Those two are basically the keys for in this game. And so, going up against Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell had a splintering game last week against the Broncos, and so did Cody Walker. So, and nevertheless, these two sides are basically hard teams to beat. And in saying that, the Storm have been quite difficult lately, and they've been losing a couple of games, as I did say before. Cameron Munster has been improving lately, and I reckon he will be the star player for the game. So I just reckon he'll score anytime in this match, and I could see him scoring 1 try in this game, basically anytime, as I did say. But I reckon Cody Walker, I reckon he'll score 1 try in this game to make it any time. So basically in this match, I am going to go with the Rabbitohs, but as I did say before, 1 try each anytime. I could see this one being a field goal game. Basically, Latrell Mitchell or Lachlan Ilias to basically kick that field goal in the second half to make it a 1-point game for the Rabbitohs to win against the Melbourne Storm in this match. The next game of this match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Dragons. Now, in this game, okay, the Dragons last week, they were playing absolutely really well in their defence and their attack, but then again, the Bulldogs last week against the Dragons played really well in the second half, and Jake Averillo scoring a couple of tries in that game to make it 18-16 in this side for the team. Basically last week I'm talking about. So anyway, this game will be a very crucial one because the Dragons have been really good, and the Dragons last week have been really good for the side for the team, and basically the West Tigers have been really good. Anyway, so I just reckon Luke Brooks will do really well into that side for the team, and so that in this game, I just reckon that the West Tigers will improve in this match, and basically it won't be a very high scoring game because these two sides aren't really a top 8 team, and the West Tigers only did win last week against the Panthers because it was pouring down rain, basically in Bathurst, and it wasn't their night, the Panthers, for not beating the West Tigers in that match, and it was basically a very big upset. And so the West Tigers have been improving. I know for a fact that they have, and so in this match, I reckon the Dragons will struggle in this game. But then again, no Brent Naden, so that means Tommy Talau goes to that number 4 side for the team, and no Zach Lomax, so that means Max Fagai goes into that number 4 side for the team, for the Dragons. So yeah, this game will be a very low scoring match, and I reckon 16 points to 10. I am going to go with the Tigers by 6 in this match, and this game will be a very low scoring game anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Roosters going up against the Cowboys. Now in this game, the Cowboys, so no Tom Chester, that means Jake Granville goes to that number 14 side for the team, and no Jeremiah Nano, so that means basically, yeah, no Jeremiah Nano, so that means Helen Lukey goes to that number 12 side for the team. And so in this match, also for the Roosters, no Paul Momorowski, so that means Drew Hutchinson goes to the number 4 side for the team. And so in this match, I really do hope that the Cowboys will do really well with Chad Townsend in that team. But if not, apparently I heard a little bit of rumour that Chad Townsend might not be playing, and if so, Ben Hampton will go into that number 7 side for the team, basically wearing that number 19 jersey. And so in this game, in this match, I do see the Roosters will come out firing in this game, and I reckon the Cowboys will. But then again, the Roosters have been really good so far. Their defence and their attack has been a bit off, but they're being really good in their upcoming season. And so the Cowboys, I do reckon that they need to win, and they are due for a win. And so in this match, I am going to go with the Cowboys, 20-10, and Cowboys by 10 points in this match. And I do see the Cowboys this game. The Cowboys will do really good so far, and I just reckon that the Cowboys will do really well in this side for the team. So the Cowboys by 10 points in this match. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Titans going up against my Parramatta Eels. Now, in this game, the Titans, I reckon they'll do really well. No AJ Brimson in that side. That's the only change in that team. So, which that means Jayden Campbell goes in that #1 side for the team. And it's been quite good lately for the Titans. They've been improving last week against Manly Sea Eagles last week. I think 34-6 or 32-6, I do believe. But Parramatta Eels, Sean Russell has been dropped, so that means Bailey Simonson goes to that #4 side for the team. Which that means it's quite interesting because Sean Russell has been doing really well into that team and improving lately. He's been absolutely really well for the Parramatta Eels side. And which I do think that in this game, I reckon that in this match, they'll do really well. And the Parramatta Eels have been doing really great for the team. But Sean Russell has been scoring a couple of tries, setting up tries, and working really well in his defense and his attack too. So I just don't think that it wasn't really necessary that Bailey Simonson goes to that #4 side for the team, and that means Sean Russell gets dropped. I just reckon it was quite stupid because Sean Russell played really well last week, and I don't know why he got dropped for that. And I think that was quite stupid. So yeah, in this match, I am going to go with the Parramatta Eels by 14 points in this game, and I reckon that the Parramatta Eels will come out firing in this game, and so will the Titans, but enough to prove that the Eels will definitely win against the Titans in this game. Anyway guys, that's all from me. Make sure you do like and subscribe guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.